Hi there, it's Patrick from Elu Health Technologies. So the question being posed to me is, what is the best piece of advice that I received and how did I put that into action when starting my business? And that's an excellent question, and I struggled with what I thought would be the best response because I received quite a bit of advice throughout the last 3.5 years. Now let's kind of break that down a little bit. I ended my career in banking after 20 years to start off Elu Health Technologies. And as a startup, coming from banking, it was night and day, a conservative industry, right, where I was at the pinnacle of my career, to a startup in health and wellness, something that many companies do today struggle with implementing in their workforce. So the challenges were big. So I received advice such as your network may not be as strong as you think just because it's not necessarily transferable. And really a part of my brand was the card that I was carrying from the bank, which is all true. Another piece of advice that I received was that make sure that you know and understand every aspect of your business from, legal to operations to marketing to sales, because you have to do it all. And I'm not even a solopreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. I have co-founders and I've got staff. And that was also another good piece of advice. But the one that stuck with me was make sure to have a sense of humor and bring it to work every day. It will help you with the challenges. Now, in the beginning, I didn't understand that. I said, hold on a second. Sense of humor, funny, that means I'm not serious about my business. Well, actually, that couldn't be further away from the truth. The truth of the matter is that when you are an entrepreneur, you are as serious as ever about your business, about the money that you've invested, about the time, about the opportunity cost. And that's a lot of weight that you're carrying. And if you don't bring a sense of humor to your organization, you carry that weight with you, and you're going to project that weight onto your suppliers, onto your employees, onto your co-founders, onto your family, onto your clients, and there will be an air of desperation. But by turning around and being a little bit more light, well, what'll happen is that also emanates. And what you project is as important as the qualifications and the qualities that you bring to the table. And so that really stuck with me. And I started to see that when, for example, when we first started, if timelines were not met. So we were building an application. The use of technology obviously is quite high. I may not be the best in understanding that, but I had a team that would work on that. And I would come down hard on everybody because the timeline needed to be met. Well, they didn't miss the deadline because they were lazy. They missed the deadline because things happened along the way. The advent of AI, as an example, meant that we had to slow things down so that we could turn around and catch up. Otherwise, I would release into the market a product that was already stale dated, and we didn't want that. So I wasn't being funny or being cute with my employees and with my contractors, but I managed to use humor to lower the temperature, get the message across, same message, but it was absorbed a little bit easier. And that's just with employees and with contractors. Well, how about with clients? That's just as important as well. When you sit down with your client, especially as a startup, and you talk about your business, you get very passionate, a lot more passionate than when you're working for an organization, because this is your baby. This is the thing that has been produced from years of just sitting down and those nights just creating this beautiful, amazing business that's going to change the world. Well, that stress and pressure you're putting on your client, and I don't want to let you down. So the way that you can make sure that you put your client at ease, and then you can actually have a more meaningful discussion, you can have a more honest and authentic discussion, work with intention, is to bring humor into that. Again, this is not about being funny or about being clownish or being a comedian in any way. This is about being light. And when you are light, you are able to relay the same message as when you are extremely serious. But you're doing it in a way that the other person can absorb. Remember, you are, or at least in our case, we are at a different level of thought process than our clients. Our clients are working for an organization. They don't have that same intent and that same purpose and same drive to put it through to change the world as we do, nor should they. That is not their purpose. Their purpose is to be stewards of the organization, to do what is best for the organization, and to bring a solution forward that meets the needs of the organization. While we want to change the world, we have to find a way to connect. And if it's not going to be humor, I don't know what it is. But let's take a step back from an organizational standpoint, and let's take a look at family. If you bring humor into your day, you don't go back home frustrated. And a big part of being an entrepreneur and a small business is that you carry your business with you morning, day, at all times of the night when you wake up with an idea and a spark. And your family is along for the ride. They're already supportive of you. They're already supportive of the challenges, of the potential opportunities. But if you don't bring humor and alleviate any tension, what will happen is that you will bring them into your cycle. And your cycle as an entrepreneur, unfortunately, is very volatile. It's up and down. You're going with the wind. You're adapting. You're changing. You're making sure that things are always in some sort of chaotic organizational state. Your family doesn't need to deal with that. Your family already has a family member that is in a business on their own, and they're seeing that. And in order to calm them down, put on a smile, even if you don't want to, especially if you don't want to, right? Listen to your children, listen to your spouse, make sure you use a little bit of humor, crack a joke here and there. I do a lot of dad jokes, seems to work well for me. I annoy my family to no end about them, but they do listen, so I think it's okay. And so to answer the question, humor for me is very important. It doesn't take away the seriousness of what I do. It doesn't take away from my purpose. It doesn't take away from my mission. It makes sure that everybody is at a lower temperature and is a little bit more comfortable around me, and I'm more comfortable around them. And on that note, I wish you health and wellness. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, and smile. The world will not end if you do. Take care.